Hey beauty babes, welcome to my channel. I'm Maria, aka Agape Love Girl. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I'm going to be doing the beauty consumer tag. I think this was started by Smoky Glow. I could be wrong. It's been a while. This is kind of a little bit of an older tag, but I had it in my list of things that I wanted to film. And in parentheses, I put Smoky Glow. So I can't remember if she's the one who created it or if she's just the person I saw do it. So if someone else created it besides her, I will have the creator of the tag listed and linked in the description box, as well as Smoky Glow's video if you guys want to check out her video. I'm sure you guys have all probably seen it by now because she's a pretty popular YouTuber. But anyways, I want to just give credit where credit's due and link the people I saw who did this tag. But anyways, I thought this was a very interesting tag, so I've been wanting to do it. Now really quick, if you're curious about my makeup today, I will list and link everything in the description box, but for my eyes I did use the brand new Wired palette from Urban Decay. I did film this video and did a first impressions and did swatches and comparisons to the Electric palette. That video should already be live on my channel, so if you have not seen it yet, I will link in the eye. Definitely encourage you guys to check it out if you are interested. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the questions. Now the first question is, how much money do you spend on makeup a month and a year? Now I had to do a little bit of work here to figure that out. I decided just to go on Ulta because that's the main place that I make beauty purchases. I may here and there have made purchases from Walmart and things like that, but it's not very often. Anytime I buy makeup, I typically stick to buying it on Ulta, on the website, because the actual Ulta store is about like 45 minutes away from me, so I don't actually shop in person very often. So anyways, I went and calculated all my purchases for the year of 2019, and the total was $620.32. So that's how much I just spent last year in makeup, which kind of doesn't seem like a lot, but I mean, I don't know, like that's kind of a lot of money to spend on makeup, but I don't know. And then as far as how much you spend on makeup a month, I just had to kind of calculate and break that amount up, because I don't actually buy makeup every month, so I'm just going to do a little average of what I spent last year. So according to that, if I were to divide that amount that I spent, $620.30 or whatever it was, by the 12 months, that comes to $51.66 a month, which is actually kind of surprising. That's more than I would have thought. Very, very interesting, because I don't feel like I spend a lot of money on makeup, but clearly that kind of tells me I kind of do, I guess. But the thing is, usually when I make up purchases, it's during sales, like when I have 20% off, or when I have some extra money, or when I've set it aside specifically to buy makeup or certain launches or whatever it is. And so when I do make purchases, even though I don't make them every month, they're usually bigger purchases. So I guess that's why. But either way, it still kind of surprised me that that would be the amount per month that I spent. So anyways, moving on to question number 2, it says, do you ever feel guilty about how much you spend on makeup? Typically, no. I mean, it kind of goes back and forth. When I look at that number, $51 a month, that seems like a lot of money to have spent on makeup, especially considering how much I get for free. I get a lot of free makeup. So sometimes I do feel guilty about spending money on makeup because of how much I get for free, because I don't need to buy more makeup. The main reason I buy makeup typically is because I want to try it for my channel here and share with you guys and do reviews. So I kind of justify it by making it work related. But the thing is, YouTube is not my job. I don't make a lot of money from it. I do make a little bit from AdSense money or revenue, but not a lot. So sometimes I can get in this feeling of feeling guilty to buy. The thing is, usually when I feel guilty, I just don't buy the makeup. If I feel like it's gonna make me feel guilty about it, I won't buy makeup. I won't buy something I feel like I couldn't afford it at the time, or if maybe my family needed something else, like we needed the money otherwise. I don't just spend money if we don't have it or if I can't afford something. So typically if I'm spending money on makeup, it's because I have the money to spend on it. So I don't feel too guilty, but sometimes it seems crazy, the amount of makeup I have. For me to be buying more makeup, it kind of is a little bit crazy. So in that sense, I could feel a little bit guilty, but typically, no, not too much. Number 3 is, do you get FOMO related to makeup releases? Fear of missing out. Not really. I mean, there are times where I see a new launch and I'm like, ooh, I really, really want that, but am I realistically going to buy it? No. I do a series on my channel called Makeup I Want But Probably Won't Buy, where I talk about the new releases in makeup that have caught my attention, that I really want, that are really interesting to me, but I probably am not going to buy for one reason or another. So that helps me with the FOMO, so I don't feel like I'm missing out, because I can still talk about the products, I can still share about what I think about them, let you guys know that they've caught my attention, but I'm just probably not going to buy because I just, you know, for one reason or another. So that helps me with the FOMO, but for the most part, I don't really feel like I have to purchase something due to FOMO and things like that. So I don't feel like I get true FOMO, because I feel like when you have FOMO, you end up buying because of that. So I feel like truly I probably really don't. But yeah, there are releases that I wish I could get but don't. But I feel like that passes. There's so many new releases that come so quickly that it's easy for those feelings to kind of pass. You know what I mean? Anyways, let's move on. Number 4 is, do you purchase or keep items simply because they are limited edition? Now, if you know me, you know that I'm not really for limited edition. I actually did a whole video talking about limited edition and why I think it's why I think there's a problem with limited edition products. Basically, I kind of think that limited edition can be a little bit problematic. So I actually don't buy limited edition products. I'm not a fan of limited edition products. I go into all the details in that video. So if you have not seen it, I definitely would encourage you guys to check that video out. I will link it. I'm very proud of that video. So I don't feel like it got very many views. So I mean, it would be great if more people watched it. But anyway, so no, I don't typically buy limited edition products, but every once in a while, because I do get quite a bit of PR, there are times where I'm sent limited edition products, and so I can appreciate that and being sent them and trying them and stuff, but I don't feel like I purchase or keep items just because they're limited edition. If anything, if something's limited edition, that usually keeps me from purchasing that. That is a reason why I will not purchase a product. So yeah, that's kind of the opposite for me. Number 5, would you be willing to pay more money for a sold out product online? No, absolutely not. I feel like if something's sold out because it was limited edition, or because maybe you're too impatient to wait for the restock, and they have people who purposely buy a bunch of products knowing it's limited edition or knowing it's going to sell out just to be able to resell it for so much more. And I think that's absolutely insane. Makeup is not that important to me that I'm willing to pay hundreds of dollars more than it's worth just to say I have it. Like, I think that's, and I don't want to put anybody down who does that, but I think that's so silly. It's such a waste of money. Makeup is not that important, and there's so many more important things or better things you can do with that amount of money than buy something just because it is limited edition or because it's sold out. It makes me sad for those who do that. And I hope that doesn't come across as mean or rude. It's just people taking advantage of you, so please don't do that. Number 6, do you wish you could spend more or less? This is a tough question. I think that there are times where I do wish I could spend more money on makeup, not because I feel like I want more makeup or that I need more makeup. I absolutely do not. I'm like sometimes overwhelmed with the amount of makeup I have. And even though I don't purchase everything, there are still times where I feel like I have more makeup that I can even review, that I can even get out to you guys. And that makes me feel guilty that I have so much makeup that goes unused, or that I don't have enough time to film with or review and things like that. So in a sense, like, no, I don't wish that, but there are times where I do wish that I can be one of those people who are on top of every launch and who purchase every launch, because I've noticed, and I'm sure a lot of you guys noticed, that those creators, those YouTubers who are able to either receive it for free in PR ahead of time or actually purchase every single new launch and get those videos out to you, they grow fast. Those videos get attention and gain traction, and that's how content creators grow and can make this a living and make it a job. But it does require the sacrifice and money to put into it, and I'm not someone who can do that. So yeah, there are times where I wish I could afford to spend more and purchase every launch so I can be one of the first people to put a video up on a new product, because I know that helps me in the long run. But can I do that? No, I am a mom of 3 children, so my family comes first. Doing YouTube is secondary. I don't make enough money doing this to justify spending that kind of money. I would never want to put my family in debt over makeup, even if it could potentially benefit me in the long run on my channel. I just could not do that. So yeah, there's those times where I feel like I wish I could, but I guess that answers the question. I guess I wish I could, but at the same time, just thinking about that gives me a little bit of anxiety. or just like the feeling of being overwhelmed. Like I just feel like that'd be so overwhelming. I am amazed by the people who can buy, not just buy, but those who can create content so frequently with new products. For me, I just feel like there's so many new products, and I hate just doing first impressions of something and then moving on to the next thing and moving on to the next thing because there's so much new to show. I want to be able to really use and test a product for a good period of time to give a good review and not just first impressions. I feel like lately I've been doing quite a few first impressions. Like I just filmed this look today and it's a first impressions, and I did the Coastal Scents first impressions, and I'm kind of like, I don't like doing first impressions that much. I want to be able to give better reviews. I know I do my beauty replay videos where I share updated reviews on products, but I like being able to have time with products and test them out and be able to give much more informative, thorough videos and things on products than just hurry up and go through new products. But at the same time, those videos do really well for a lot of people. So I kind of wish I can, I don't know, I'm in between. I'm such a like in-between person. So anyways, that's a long-winded answer to a simple question. I'm gonna move on to number 7. It says, do you feel compelled to buy something when you see it in someone else's collection? I don't think so. No, there are times where I feel like if someone's sharing their collection or sharing products that they have, or maybe swatching it, maybe doing a haul video, I guess, not necessarily seeing a collection. I don't really watch people's like makeup collection videos, but I'll watch haul videos. So if I see someone haul something that maybe is new or that I had my eye on, and see them swatch it or something, there might be times where I'm like, ooh, I kind of like that more now that I've seen it in video or I've seen swatches of it. But I don't necessarily feel like I want it just because it's in someone else's collection. If that's what the question's really asking, you know, like you want something just because someone else has it, I'm not really like that. Number 8 is, do you buy more during the holidays? I think yes. I think if I reflect back on my purchases, because holidays tend to be when there's sales, and I typically mostly purchase when there's a sale, like either like I already mentioned, Ulta does their 20% off coupons. I'll purchase when I have a coupon, but during holidays, that's when a lot of brands and companies and Ulta and things like that will typically have holiday sales. So I feel like I'm probably more inclined to purchase during holidays just because of the sale aspect. So yeah, probably I would say that. Number 9, have you ever hidden a makeup purchase from family or friends? I hate to even admit that, but yeah, I'm sure, I know that in the past there's been times where I've purchased makeup and not told my husband, or had been like, oh yeah, they sent this to me in PR. You know, because it's silly. I think that was more in the beginning when my husband wasn't really understanding like what I was doing here. He's so much more understanding now because he gets what I do. But at first he kind of just thought like, this is crazy, like how much makeup you have. Anyway, so I felt like a little bit more guilty, I think, early on when I was purchasing more makeup. I don't do that anymore though. He's amazing. So it's silly, but I do gotta admit that I have done that before. I feel so bad. Okay. Number 10, do you have more than 10 products in your collection that have not been used in over a month? Yeah, I have probably more than 10 products that have not been used in over several years. So my collection is quite large. I have so much makeup. Last year I started doing a monthly makeup basket just for the sake of making sure I'm rotating more of my makeup and using more of my makeup. I'm someone who tends to, like, when I like a product, I want to keep using it and I stick to just that. But being someone who does YouTube and gets new product all the time, I'm constantly obviously needing to try new products, but then I get stuck in a rut and like, oh, I like this, I'm gonna keep using it. And then so much of my makeup goes, you know, gets forgotten, gets to the wayside and doesn't get used. So I specifically started a makeup basket. Well, 1, because I think it was requested, but 2, I really want to make an effort to start using my makeup and using it up and not just letting it sit there, and kind of reminding myself of my thoughts on products. Do I still like these? Are they still good? What do I think? And then using them up, because I have drawers full of some stuff where it's like almost gone and I just put it away and start using something else because I'm like, I don't want to finish it up, I'm too afraid. There was a point in my life where I'm not afraid, but I guess you could say kind of like I didn't want to use up product. I didn't like using up product. But now I'm so proud of myself because I have emptied and finished up so much product the last couple of months in my makeup basket, and it's exciting to me now. So I really get excited about using and finishing up products. And so, yeah, I'm really proud of the progress I have made to try to use more of my makeup collection and more of my products and actually use it up. But there's definitely so much more than that I have that I could even use in a month. So there's probably hundreds of products, I'm sure, that I have that have not been used in over a month and maybe even over a year, sadly. But that's kind of like the life of a beauty YouTuber in a sense, unfortunately. But I'm trying, I really am. Okay, let's move on. Number 11, have you ever been pressured to purchase something you could not afford or you did not need? I definitely don't feel pressured at all. I'm not sure if that's meaning like been pressured because of FOMO or been pressured because of like you just feel like you need it because everybody else has it, or maybe like as a YouTuber, beauty YouTuber, we can get comments from subscribers or viewers who really want to see us review a certain product, and so they may say, can you purchase this and review it, and maybe there's pressure from that, or maybe even like I talked about, like if you're someone who can purchase every single new release and get those videos out, you're going to grow and it's going to do great. And you could be someone who feels the pressure to have to do that so you can grow and become successful on YouTube. And that can be pressure you put on yourself maybe to be able to grow and things like that. So you need to buy more in order to grow and become successful. So I guess the pressure can come from all kinds of places, but honestly, I don't feel that pressure. Do I feel like I know those things? Do I feel like if I did do that, I would become successful or I would be more successful than I am? I feel like, yeah, I feel like that. I feel like I say that in a lot of videos, but do I feel pressure enough to where I actually purchase things that I can't afford or buy more makeup than I can afford? No, I try to be very realistic in my spending. Like I said, being a mom really helps with that. You know, having a family and a husband and kids, you know, kind of keeps you aligned. So that helps, but yeah, I'm sure that that pressure is very real for a lot of people out there, and it's a lot more difficult to control for some people. So thankfully I have not felt pressure enough, but I have had comments here and there from people asking me to purchase things or review things that I couldn't afford. I recently, a couple months ago, had a subscriber ask if I can review the Natasha Denona something palette, which was like a $129 palette, and I was like, I'm so sorry, that is definitely out of my budget. I could not afford to buy that. I would love to review it, I would love to try it, but could I afford that? No. So unfortunately, you know, I can't. I'm sorry. So I get questions, but I don't feel too much pressure to actually follow through with them. My battery's blinking at me, so I'm going to try to answer the last two questions quickly. Number 12 is, do you purchase makeup or for collector's reasons? I absolutely do not. I feel like this kind of goes along with my thoughts on limited edition products. I don't buy things just to collect them. Now, does it feel good to have a full collection of something? Absolutely. Like I get PR from Urban Decay, and I have several of the Naked palettes, almost all of them, but not all of them. And it kind of feels cool to see all of them, and I haven't decluttered them because they're in the collection, but do I feel the need to buy them just to complete the collection? Absolutely not. Ooh, this last one's really good. In your makeup journey, have you become less or more consumeristic? I think if I'm answering this honestly, I feel like I've probably become a little bit more consumeristic, but I'm also a lot more aware of what I'm purchasing and why I'm purchasing. When I first started YouTube, I had a very, very small makeup collection, and back at that time, because this was several years ago, probably like 5 years ago, back when YouTube, like, it was really cool to have a huge collection and people showed off their huge makeup collections, and it was something to aspire to one day have a huge makeup collection. And I remember thinking like, oh, I would love to have that, but I also remember thinking like, that's so much makeup, like who has that much makeup, you know? But it's because I didn't understand, and now I'm someone who has that much makeup, and I think it's insane. So in a way, I feel like I consume so much, I have so much. I'm definitely not a simplistic or anti-consumerism person, but at the same time, I feel like I'm very responsible with my purchases. I try not to just to purchase anything and everything just because I'm a YouTuber. I try to be very, you know, conscientious, you know the word, of what I'm purchasing and what I'm spending, and try not to spend too much and things like that. So I feel like I do have definitely a lot more than when I first started, but I try to be very smart in what I'm purchasing and what I have and what I'm consuming, if you will. So I feel like, I don't know if I'm more or less. I feel like, I guess if you look at what I have, I'm more, but I feel like my mindset is definitely less, I think, than what it was when I first started thinking I should have this big collection, you know what I mean? Because I don't feel like I need to have all this, you know, I don't feel like I need to have everything. So I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I'm kind of right in between, but you guys can answer for me which you guys think I am. I guess I feel confident in saying that I don't feel like I'm someone who promotes consuming or consumerism or over consuming too much, or promoting you have to buy everything or you need this. I feel like I'm pretty well balanced in not being totally consumeristic and promoting that, but I'm also not minimalistic either. I feel like I'm pretty right in between. But anyways, you guys can let me know what you think I am and what you think of my answer to these questions. My battery is flashing me, so I gotta end this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this tag and hearing my questions. I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions on these questions and your answers. So anyways, with all that being said, I just want to thank you so much for watching, and until next time, much love and hugs to you. Bye, beauty babes. Mwah!